Hello everybody, this is not a tutorial, just to let you know. This is a video to all the beginner programmers that are really and truly interested in learning a programming language and want to make games or just want to make software or something. Now, I got a question from Distrub122334, and his his question was uh how long did it take me to get good at programming? And I replied to him on my channel, but I'm like, maybe I should make a video response so that later on people can come and see what I did to make it this far. Now, it wasn't easy. It took a lot of hard work and you have to be motivated, right? So in school, I was in some class where you learn about wires and stuff. And then, fortunately enough, for one of our projects, we had to learn Turing, the programming Turing. So we made our own wires and we had to hook it up to the computer, and we had to learn the Turing language so we could send a message through the wire and make it do something, right? So in school, let me zoom in here. We learned Turing, so we had to learn for the basics. We couldn't just get into the complicated stuff. So we learned basic put statements. So to put something to the screen, hello world. I can't really type right now. I'm just really tired. And then we learned about making variables. And then we learned about getting user input. And then we started learning about loops. Then we started learning about if statements and for loops, and then etc. and etc. So when we started doing programming, I from when I was young, I always said I wanted to make games, but I never knew where to start. And this is one reason why I started making these tutorials for people that just want to start programming. I never knew where to start. I heard that programming took like a lot of math. You have to be really good at math and stuff. But like when I started in this class, and I'm like, I put a put statement, so hello world, and then I ran it, and I got this output window. I'm like, wait, that's pretty cool. I'm like, once I have this programming language, and once I get good, I can do whatever I want, whatever my heart desires. Well, not really with Turing, but I could do lots of stuff that a regular person that doesn't know how to program couldn't do. So then I started going home every single day, and I went on compsci.ca. I'll send the link in the description, and I would take tutorials from there and learn Turing every single evening for hours. And when I was done my homework, I went straight to Turing, and I programmed for hours and hours and hours trying to figure out new stuff every single day until I got really good. And I did this for like a few months, and then after the semester was coming to a close, I decided that I was gonna start making a major game, because I had made games like moving a box across the screen and stuff, but like I just wanted to make a good game, so I decided to go with Super Mario. And this is the code I came up with, like 1,292 lines of code. And turns a procedural language, so it's not object oriented. So it just like everything's just on one page, so it kind of gets sloppy, and that's why and Turing's not that fast, and that's why you can't really make major programs with Turing, because it gets way too confusing. So anyways, this is not the best way to code the game, but from the knowledge the knowledge that I learned, I was able to make a little Super Mario game. So I'll run it for you guys. It has sound, but I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. And basically, I had a list of controls, and then my game. It wasn't This is not the finished version, just so you know. I can't find the finished version. This was just like a beta version. So basically there's no enemy collision in this one except for when you bash this enemy, that's it. And I had attacks, and I had this attack, and that's basically the attack I had for him. And for Luigi I had that attack, this attack, and that attack, and I had a combination attack, so when they're close they'll just do a little combination attack. And that was the basic game that I just worked on. So in the next semester, semester number 2, I started a computer science class, and then we were learning the same Turing language. And I remember one day in class I was playing that Super Mario game, and the teacher got mad. He's like, "You're not allowed to play games unless you made it." He said, "Don't turn off games. Don't play games that other people made." And I said, "But I did make it." And he got mad, and I was just laughing. And he's like, "Still, shut it off. Learn the lesson, right?" But I already learned the Turing language for myself, so it was kind of boring. So later on, I was talking to people, and I was talking to a friend, and he said his brother does C++, and he said that's the language in the industry, the main language in the game industry right now. So then I searched up on Google how to do C++, and I learned from YouTube videos and Google and stuff how to do the basics of C++. And I learned quite quickly because I learned the fundamentals like if statements and stuff. So I just need to transfer it to to C++. So like this was cout is like just a basic put statement in Turing. So it was it was relatively easy to learn. Like classes and inheritance and all that stuff was a bit harder, but I learned it quite quickly. And then I I learned it, but I felt like it wasn't enough. So I asked my computer science teacher, because he was very smart. I asked him. I said, "Do you know C++?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I said, if I come after school sometimes, because he stayed after school, I said, "Can I learn some C++?" And he's like, "You're not ready." And I said, "But I just really want to learn. Like, can you show me step by step?" I said, "I really got bored of Turing, and I really want to learn C++." He's like, "You're not ready." He's like, "You're not good enough to program in Turing. I mean, in C++." And that got me really, really angry. And I said, "I'm gonna prove him wrong." And I came home, and I learned C++, and I programmed every single day. Did the same thing I did with Turing. I worked so hard at it. And then at the end of the year, I proved him wrong by making a Mega Man game, and I made it pretty good with collision detection. I'm sorry I don't have it here, but it was a pretty good game. And then after I said, "This is the game I made using C++," and he really couldn't say anything to me because I proved myself that I could learn C++, and that's why I got into it. And I haven't stopped in C++. I've still been coding in it because I enjoy coding it. C++ is more complicated than most other languages, but I really like it. I like the challenge. I like that there's so many things I haven't learned yet, so it never gets boring. Like I can keep on learning brand new things and stuff. So all I'm trying to tell you is that you don't really need to find motivation to push yourself in programming. You could just love games, or you could just love programming. But that's the main reason I learned C++ is to mode C++ even more, was to prove my teacher wrong, and I really love programming after that. And because I didn't see that many programming resources on the internet, I decided that I would make some video tutorials from a beginner's perspective so that beginners like you can learn it easily too. And let's see how much more time I have. I don't really have that much more time. So if you have any more questions, just leave a comment on this video, and I'll try to make a video response to your question. And I hope you like this, and I hope that you beginners keep programming, because programming is really fun, especially when you get it. and it'll make you one day you'll probably be able to make, I don't know, a next Halo or Call of Duty or a next video game or something like that. So something it takes years to get good at programming. You don't just pick it up just like that. You have to. It takes practice and lots of hours of programming. Remember, Bill Gates spent 10,000 hours, over 10,000 hours of programming before starting his first program. Like before starting Microsoft, I think. So take that from him. Use him as like a role model. Work hard every single day. And I hope this motivated you and you liked this video. And thanks for your time. So bye.